So why don't you tell us the special news you had for us?
Got a new job.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Calls for a little
excited.
celebration, I think.
Oh, what about some champagne?
Something along those lines. Let's
Sounds good to me.
Well, good
So you can
evening.
make a
I hear you
decision.
say y'all are celebrating something?
Yeah, she got a new job.
Outstanding. Very good. So,
Awesome.
well, what can I help you find to celebrate with?
Well, we wanted to do a little toast. A little on a budget.
Sure.
I'm going to be taking care of everything for you this evening.
Oh,
Surprise.
thank
So, do you have any suggestions?
I do, certainly, but both of these, this entire list right here is exceptional, especially for just doing a toast, but my favorite's probably the Bissell J.O. Prosecco Rosé. It's a little rosé, very dry rosé from Veneto, Italy, and it's very tasty. I think you'll really like it.
Awesome.
Oh, okay. Well,
Sounds
you know,
good. Give that a
I
shot.
trust your judgment. Let's go with that.
Let's do it.
Sounds good to me.
Absolutely.
All right.
Excellent.
So I start on Monday. Really excited. I do need to go clothes shopping. I have to get a whole new wardrobe.
Can I help on that?
I'm sure she's excited about that part.
Oh yes, twist my arm.
Well, congratulations again on your new job.
Thank you.
And here we
Good
are.
stuff. It's pink.
It is pink, and this is J.O. Prosecco Rosé from Bissell. Pretty color, huh?
I like it.
Outstanding.
Beautiful.
It's so fancy.
This is takes a moment.
Pop of the cork always scares me just a little bit. So if I jump,
Oh, it's
don't
not
pick
so
on me. Don't pick on me.
Just a little bit of work to get it out.
All good things take time, right?
That's exactly right.
Exactly.
I like the way you think.
I'm just gonna sneak this thing out of here.
I'm waiting for it. I know it's gonna spook me.
You know it's coming.
Yeah. It's a little less frightening when you
Open
know.
correctly.
Yes.
Sure.
Very, very little sound.
Very little sound if opened correctly, right? That's what I've been.
Just a little.
That's quite a cork.
That's
Oh,
Didn't jump at all.
Voila.
that's impressive. I didn't even have to jump. I shouldn't have told you guys about my secret.
Now we know.
Happens in the best
Alrighty.
of us.
Here we are. And you can take that home as a souvenir for your job.
Wonderful.
Excellent
And I'm
addition.
gonna pour just a tiny bit here off the table for you to try.
Oh, that's great. You're gonna love that.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that is the
I'm
one.
excited to try that myself.
It's pink. Sorry for the girly twist, but we're
Hey,
girls.
It's pink but not sweet.
Hey,
No, it's definitely
pink doesn't have anything to do with the flavor, though. It's all about the flavor, right?
I like it. You're gonna like it.
I'm comfortable with it being pink.
Look, it's still bubbling.
And excuse my reach here.
I always like to watch this process.
Yeah.
Here you are.
Nice effervescence.
Look at that. It's still going. Mine's still going. This is a good choice. I'm so excited for you. That's so awesome.
Thank you. I'm very excited as well.
So this Brusol Prosecco is from where?
From Veneto, Italy.
Veneto, Italy. I remember now.
Pardon my reach, ma'am.
Excuse me.
And thank you very much. And
Beautifully done.
Alrighty.
And here we are. We're going to set up a little station here so that it's out of the way and nobody knocks it over.
Look at that go.
Alrighty.
Thank you very much, sir. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. You guys enjoy and congratulations to you.
Thank you so much.
It's a new beginnings.
Yeah, it's a new beginnings. Congratulations on your new job.
All right, so as far as wine services are concerned, we've been through 3 different services: white, of course, with the Stelvin enclosure, red with a cork, and last being champagne service. Champagne service is clearly the most complicated of the 3 services, and there's reasons for that. And I want to go through a little bit of that so that we understand what we are properly doing. So first of all, we are utilizing a champagne bucket, which is filled to a certain level with ice and water. The champagne or sparkling wine, whatever it may be, will come from, let's say, from the bar in this like this. So the key thing is with champagne service, we got to have a little bit more. We have to have a few extra napkins. One of which will be utilized to put on the table underneath the champagne bucket. That keeps the condensation that exists on the bottom of the thing from leaking out all over the table, making a mess. Okay, so as you notice that I placed one here when I put the champagne down. The second one is following when I first present the champagne. I'm utilizing a napkin of some sort, black napkin or whatever. And when I pour, obviously I'm going to use that in my hand to pour. And then once I completed the service, I place this on the table and I stretch this across. The reason that we do that is so that when we pull the champagne from the bucket, we are able to pull it with the napkin around it and capture the water that will be obviously dripping from, as you can see.
Yeah.
Okay, that is the purpose of hanging this over the top of the champagne bucket. That keeps water from getting all over the table. Now, let's go back to pouring a little bit. One of the things that you did notice, and you will hear that in terms of white wine or red wine still service, I will never take a glass off the table, ever, okay? Only in champagne service, and there is one reason and one reason only. If I pour the champagne directly into the glass, as you will notice, okay, if you notice how much of the carbonation is instantly coming to the top, the reason that we choose to utilize in this, again, champagne service is the only one that we recommend pulling a glass off the table, is so that we can tilt the champagne or the sparkling wine and allow that carbonation to come gradually.
And this will withhold more effervescence.
That's right.
Instead of losing it, correct?
Right, absolutely. And that is really the one and only time that we should take a glass off of the table. Now, the other part of champagne service that is somewhat tricky, excuse me, is the removal of the cork. Now, you'll notice that I had a lot of different things going on during that process. The cork is obviously flared, as you can see. It is flared because this is bottled, and when it is bottled, it goes through a secondary fermentation that actually creates pressure inside this bottle. And it's like 300 pounds per square inch. So it can actually launch this cork across the room at better than 40 miles an hour. Okay, so it's dangerous if you don't do it correctly. And especially with older or vintage champagnes, a lot of time the cork over a period of time, if you can feel this is a perfect cork. You feel the malleability of this cork?
It's a little soft.
Over a period of time, that will actually start to harden, okay? And that's one of the reasons that it's got a capsule on it. This capsule actually, it goes over this thing and is cinched down around this part of the bottle, as you can see. You see that little part of the bottle right there?
Keep it from
That's exactly what it does. Now, what you have to be very careful with, especially with older champagnes, if that cork is hardened at the bottom and you open that thing and you open this capsule and it's one of those, that sucker could come right out without any, just without even touching that thing.
Oh, wow.
So this is the reason that if you'll notice, and we can reflect back in the earlier video, what I did was I placed this over the top to finally unscrew it, okay? Once I unscrewed it, I pull this out, okay? And I slide my thumb underneath where it was unraveled like this, okay? This is what it looks like. I slide my thumb underneath and I get the cork with my thumb.
You can't see that.
You
Or
cannot see that.
otherwise.
Right. That is why
Down.
I'm doing all this under the cover of this
you
right
see it.
here.
I didn't know
Okay.
that.
So once I have done that, okay, now I can take my hand, wrap it over the top, put my hand down. Now I'm still applying pressure to the top of the bottle. Take the bottle in my hand and slowly just twist. Just twist. As I twist, the pressure is going to push the cork out. Now, as I start to feel it get to probably 2/3 of the way, I know it's moved out a little bit. Then I'm going to slow down and I'm going to start tilting it back and forth just a little. And as you noticed, on one of those tilts, it just went poof. And that's all it does.
Barely.
And it shouldn't do anything more than that, really. Okay, so that's the procedure. And then, of course, for me, yes, I could present the cork. I've always, for my purposes, I've always liked to wrap this. Again, I still have some of these from when I got married, many years ago. And I like to have the actual capsule in there. So I always present it just like that.
To the host, correct?
To the host, of course. And just like any other wine service, I'm going to present it to the host. I'm going to let them taste it, and then I will go around in a clockwise manner, just like I do with everything, and approach from the right and pour from the right. Once we complete the process and I've poured all the wine, I put this there. I'm going to go ahead and take my napkin that has got folded in sort of a triangle. This is the way I like to do it. And I'll take it and lay it right across, and then I'll just kind of pull it like that. And that means that the next time when I come there, which as a server, if I'm the wine steward and I'm servicing it, and the server comes, they will still need to be servicing the wine. So it just gives you an opportunity to grab the bottle and wrap
That
the
makes
wine.
them ready, yeah.
Okay, and now we have not leaked water on it. So,
And it
make
keeps
sense?
Debris from getting in there too.
Perfect.
that's right. All right.
Okay.
So that's basically champagne service in a nutshell. Again, I know that it takes a little bit of time to get used to. You have to pull the capsule off, and there's usually a tab. I didn't see the tab, that's why it took me a little bit of time to get that off. But anyway, there's usually a tab, and you snap that tab off, then it comes directly off, and then it leaves you this. And then that's where your real work with your hands comes into play. When you unscrew this, making sure that you still have pressure on top of it. Slide your thumb under there, get that thing moved out of the way, hold pressure, then take this thing out, and then put your hand over the napkin, put the pressure, and then you can release it. It's not as complicated as it seems after you've tried it once or twice.
Okay.
I know a lot of people are scared to death of champagne. It's not really that hard.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit of practice. You know what I mean? All right.